Good morning, friends. Okay, so this video will actually be pretty important today, mostly because we have been presented with a rather impressive choice of whether or not we go after this 24-hour gem summon challenge. Now, unlike the last gem summon that they did, they decided to up the ante this time and make it 30 required pulls today, specifically, in order to unlock a chance to receive one of the following 10 heroes. So, 30 polls is a lot. Let's take some time to discuss whether or not this is going to be worth it. And there's a lot of things to consider. So let me start things out by saying 30 gems probably requires the vast majority of players to dig a little bit into their wallet, and that's really their goal, right? I think they switched it to 30 because last time at 10, most people were able to swing that, and maybe they didn't see the direct cash influx they were looking for. So let's figure out whether or not switching to 30 was a worthwhile change and whether we should consider digging into our wallets to pay them in order to get this opportunity. So I will say that given the hero choices here, it does look like they were an upgrade over last time. However, when we talk about value of these characters, we have got ourselves several of the owls. This one I think is the strongest at 1427, but the remaining owls are going to be somewhere in the 1300 range. 1300, whereas that's fine for war depth, it's already starting to fall off the bandwagon when we have characters currently out at 1630. So just understand that like you're not necessarily going to pull one of the strongest if you get one of the owl options, although this guy is absolutely monsters. And then down in the Fauns got buffed again recently, including with the new update today, giving them a stronger passive, which we'll get into when we look at their characters, against Mega Minions. So I think the Fauns are relatively good choices. None of these are under 1500. They're all very relevant heroes to get your hands on. This is first thing in the morning, but I want to get this video out because we really only have today, and people are probably pretty curious about this and would like some second opinions. Here's just that second opinion for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into each individual character. We'll start off at the top here with our owl, Sunnis. Sunnis is perhaps the coolest owl out there because this guy, although starting to get old, still does a wicked amount of damage. A reminder of what the Owl family bonus is going to be. There are for 1, 2, or 3 heroes, all received mana status ailments will be replaced with a mana generation buff. So anytime they try to reduce your mana, instead you're going to get a mana buff. It's very cool. Definitely helpful with the meta currently of playing around with mana. In the passives department, they get reduced mana gain from special skills. Reduces the amount of mana increase from special skills by negative 80%. This effect applies to all enemies on the battlefield. So once again, you're able to negate some of the possible mana gain your opponents are getting, and not just some, negative 80% is most of the mana gained from your opponents. So I do like the Owl's passive in that effect as well. We have Fiend Resist as the Aether power for this guy, so basically no Fiends for the first 6 turns. And down here in Blade Wings, we have attacks the target and nearby enemies with Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 1100 damage. Yes, it's max power, okay. Deals 40% more damage if the target is holy. After a successful cast, there's a 100% chance to recast Blade Wings. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, so yeah, the 100% chance to recast the Blade Wings, and this can occur up to 3 times, and each chance is reduced by 35% after each successful cast. I've seen this guy go off all 4 times. It's a ridiculous amount of damage. Even though he's getting a little bit older, it is definitely enough damage to wipe out an entire party. Well, not an entire party, the 3 people he's hitting, it does that much damage. So yes, this guy's definitely a win. Next up, we have Timus. He's got the same family bonus, the same passives. He has dodges and Aether power. And then he is operating at fast speed. It says dispel buffs from all targets and nearby enemies. Or sorry, target and nearby. So it's a hit 3 again. Attacks the target and nearby enemies with Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 1500 damage. Deals 40% more damage if the target is holy. It never misses its targets. And the target and nearby enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 3 turns. Okay, so this guy is a fantastic, fast, priority dispel, hit 3 that hits relatively hard, and also stops your enemies from getting new buffs for 3 turns. Although he's older, his special does all the right things at the right times. I do like this guy. I would definitely use him as war depth. Next up, we have Mariol. Let's see. So same, again, family bonus, same passive. We have heal increase, so for the first 6 turns, doing more healing. And operating at fast speed, we have boost health of all allies by 700. Boosted health can exceed max HP. All allies receive the Moonrise Ward. This is going to reduce incoming skill damage by up to 700, reduces damage by an additional 30% when the attacker is holy, and cleanses all status ailments from all allies. So this guy is a boosted health healer operating at fast speed. Not quite as fun because it isn't a priority cleanse, but that's fine. There aren't a lot of healers that offer you that priority cleanse, so don't be surprised by that. He's okay. Then we have Amidos. Okay. So Amidos destroys all fiends from all allies, which is pretty nice, and damages Mega Fiends. Attacks all enemies with Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 2,000 damage. 40% more if it's holy. All allies get 5% per each fiend destroyed. Now, this guy is operating at slow, which is a little bit less fun, but hey, destroying fiends can be helpful. Might be useful to add that, sorry, to your roster if you have the potential to do so. Okay, so moving on, we've got Lodius. Lodius is probably one of the more annoying ones that I go up against at times, because if you don't have a way to cleanse off his counterattack, it just makes everything a lot more difficult, especially because this guy is operating at very fast speed. It says attacks the target with Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 2,200 damage, 40% more if the target is holy. Skill never misses his targets. If the target is defeated by the attack, then the nearby enemies are unable to gain mana for 3 turns. Crazy. All allies counterattack with 60% of the damage received. So right there, you're basically finding ways to reduce their ability to gain mana. You're giving all of your characters counterattack for 60%. This guy is just an awful lot of fun. They need a cleanse, they need a dispel to deal with him, and if they don't, he is just wreaking havoc, operating at very fast speed. I do very much like this guy, even though his stats are falling off. All right, so that's the owls. Let's get into these fawns. Okay, Bramble. Although I found this fawn to be a little bit less exciting, actually, you know what? It's the first fawn. Let's slow down. Let's go over the family bonus right here. We've got the Woodland family. Bonus for 1 or 2 heroes, a 75% or 100% chance to resist mana reductions and mana status ailments. Each successful resist by this family gives the character 15% mana. So not only does he resist the mana reductions, and ailments. Anytime you try to give them one, he gains 15% mana instead, and that's true for all the fawns. Very cool. All right, and then there is a 50/100% chance to do, or that more damage is dealt against minions and mega minions. So basically, when they do damage to minions and mega minions, they're either going to do 50% more or 100% more if you have 1 or 2 heroes for that family bonus. Then down into the passives department, we have Minion Blind. This is the new one that was added today against mega minions. It says I guess all minions. All enemy minions have negative 60% accuracy, and all enemy mega minions have negative 50% accuracy. So a lot of that damage that comes in from the mega minion swipes, you have a good chance that it will be missed. Next up, we have Resist Defense Reduction. This character is immune against defense and wither ailments. And let's see, Resist Insanity. He's also immune from Insanity. Now, this guy's been making the rounds in the metas as a healer. I'm guessing mostly because of his ability to resist wither and defense down. He also is good against mega minions, so like there's just a lot of positivity around this guy. Operating at average speed, we have recovers 50% HP for all allies, so very nice heal. All allies gain 25% mana after 3 turns, or immediately if this effect is removed before the duration ends. Safely cleanses status ailments from all allies. Okay, so the nice part about all this, it does a good heal. He gives you delayed mana increase, but mana increase is always sought after. And then safely cleanses. Safely being the key word, you're going to avoid some of those annoying things. Yes, it's after the heal again, but again, most healers will do that. Just a very relatively good healer, so be happy if you get that. Next up, we have Verity. Verity is operating at very fast. She is a wizard. Again, she has the same passives, I'm pretty sure. Resist Insanity. Oh, nope. Instead of defense, she resists attack down. So she protects her attack stat. Operating at very fast, we are going to be dealing 350% damage to the target and nearby enemies. It's definitely not bad at very fast, holy cow. All right, and then enhanced defense ailment. The target and nearby enemies get negative 50% defense against special skills. This effect lasts until the enemy takes damage from 3 sets of special skills. The enhanced defense ailment ends or is removed or replaced. The enemy gets negative 40% mana generation for 3 turns. Okay, so this one's really fun, because they're either going to suffer from defense down against special skills, or if they cleanse it, they get negative 40% mana. Very cool character operating it very fast. Definitely useful. Next up, we have Amanita. Amanita, similar family bonuses and passives. I think we probably have the attack. Yeah, she resists attack. She operates at fast speed. She deals 260% damage to all enemies. Let's see. All damage the enemies receive is increased by plus 7%. All allies gain plus 10% mana after 2 turns, or immediately if this effect is removed. So she is once again giving additional mana to the team. I do think her stack of all damage the enemy received increased by 7% is pretty cool operating at fast speed. All in all, she is interesting. Maybe not as interesting as Verity, but I think she's still pretty good. Ooh, Tamlin. Okay. Tamlin is an absolutely fascinating one. He protects his attack again. He's got his regen Aether skill, and then operating at slow speed, he's dealing 460% damage to all. That's a massive hit. He's going to give enhanced defense ailment. Again, all enemies get negative 64% this time. 64 is a lot against special skills, and it lasts up to 6 hits. Six, that's a massive amount of hits. Okay, so clearly they're going to want to cleanse this off, but if they do, what happens? After enhanced defense ailment ends or removed or replaced, all enemies get silenced for 6 turns. God, this guy's a brutal monster, especially in Rush. He's going to be either severely reducing their defensive ailments or he's silencing them. It's an absolutely brutal effect. Yes, it operates at slow, but it's slow for a reason. I like that guy a lot. All right, last but not least, we have Gideon. Gideon is going to probably have the defense protection, I'm guessing. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Resist defense reductions there. Resist insanity. And this guy gets mana on status ailment. So this guy does not do the additional Mega Minion Miss effect, which is interesting. It's probably because he already had 3 passives. There's no room to add an additional one. But he does have boosted health regen as the Aether power. Operating at slow speed, he safely cleanses ailments from all allies. Notice that's a priority cleanse. Then it says enhanced dodge. All allies get plus 100% chance to dodge. This effect lasts until an ally successfully dodges, so it's a 100% chance to dodge the next attack. After enhanced dodge ends or is removed or replaced, the ally recovers 56% health and gets plus 60 defense for 6 turns. So this guy is a slightly delayed healer. He priority cleanses off any sort of damage, or sorry, any sort of debuff like healing down, etc. And then he just gives you a 100% chance to dodge. So the next hit that comes through, you just automatically miss, and or they automatically miss, unless they can't miss. Anyway, you get that. And then after they have successfully dodged, they get 56% health and 60% defense. He's a weird healer, but he's okay. He doesn't sound great, but he's actually pretty okay. People use him quite effectively due to the priority cleanse. All right, so there we go. That was a very fast rundown, but again, there's 10 characters. I'm trying to make this video somewhat reasonable in its length, and it's already going to be a little long. Let's go into whether or not I think these characters are worth it. So, Sennis right here, the first purple owl, he is going to be, yeah, I'd say he's still a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. He's a massive amount of damage, very frustrating to deal with. Timus, the blue owl over here, that guy, well, he's fine. I would say I'd give him like a 7 out of 10 average hero, but the priority dispel, even though his stats are falling off, very worth it. The boosted health healer, blue owl, I mean, he's okay again, but in reality, I would put him down to like maybe a 6 out of 10 right now due to stats fall offs. This guy, the minion clearer, operating is slow and everything else. He's probably my least favorite choice out of this whole portal. I'll give him a 5 out of 10 if you pull him. This guy right here, he's a pain in the ass. I give him an 8 out of 10 due to the mana playing around and the counterattack for everyone at very fast. Super frustrating. This healer right here, there's no way he gets less than a, let's say, 9 out of 10. If he's making his way through the meta, there is a very good reason for that. The top players like him. You'll like him too. Verity, she is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give her an 8 out of 10 for very fast mana manipulation. Armita, very average hero at 7 out of 10. Good, but not like amazing. Her stats are worth leveling. She's worth it. Tamlin, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. He's a little bit lower, the lowest stats for the Fauns, but not enough that you'll really notice. Slow can be tough to get to, but his effect is devastating. And then this lady right here, lady, I'm not sure. Anyway, point is, that's going to be, I don't know. I guess people do like her. I would give her a 7 out of 10. Just an average hero, but a very good average hero that you probably still level. All right, so there you go. That is it. Do I think this is worth summoning for? If you have the gems and you're comfortable about it, sure. But I do want everyone to remember that Hero Coach is coming up. Hero Coach is going to require gems from you guys, so this is part of their plan, is to get you to dump all your gems, and then maybe need to buy some more around Hero Coach time as well, so keep that in mind. Hero Coach, however, will only require a maximum of 1,000 gems, and that's if you take a character from 1 to 90 without any leveling involved. The higher the level it is, the less gems it will cost. So yes, just keep that in mind. Hero Coach is on the way. I'm going to go ahead and stop this here because my timer says I'm coming up, oh gosh, on quite a bit of time. All right, so listen, all, I do think this is fine if you've got the gems. Getting a free hero is great. The majority of these heroes are very worth having in your roster, and it's a freebie plus whatever else you may pull from your 30 pull. Okay, so there you go, guys. As long as you can afford it, don't dig too deep. Remember, this is still a game. It's not going to matter if you miss out on this opportunity. There will be more gem summons in the future. Okay, thank you all. Bye.